Alright, shalom, shalom. It's your bro Yakwa from the GM in Chicago branch coming at you another lesson through the Spirit Power Bashim Al Shah. Before I start off, I'd like to start by giving all praise and glory due to Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai Bashim, or Karkadash. The blindness to the Apostles' great millstone will. And say to all you brethren doing this work with true sincere charity, and this is going to be a quick lesson. Lord will be edifying to the elect. Alright, I'm going to just basically touch on, a comment, that, a scoffer put on the Elders Malcolm video. Alright, and the gist of the comment was basically referring to Esau being Japheth, right? Esau being Japheth, and and it's just a silly argument, right? We know that Esau is Esau, man. All right, and one of the main ways that people, get it confused. All right, one is because they don't actually dig any deeper than face value things. All right, and two, they don't take heed to the scriptures, man. All right. But this guy, was harping on the fact that this guy was harping on the fact, all right, that Esau is Japheth. And like I was saying, one of the ways they get it confused is because they're called Ashkenazi Jews. All right, you say, oh, it's Ashkenazi Jews, right? Ashkenazi goes back, all right, to one of the sons of Japheth, right? You can just look it up, you can read right here on Google. All right, it says in the Bible, Ashkenaz is the first son of Gomer and grandson of Japheth, right? It says making him a grandson of Noah. I'm gonna read it down. All right, biblical genealogy. Ashkenaz is listed as the son of Gomer. It says in the grandson of Japheth, the son of Noah. Historical and geographical association. The name Ashkenaz is believed to be connected to the Scythians, or people in the area of Upper Euphrates. It says likely near modern-day Armenia or the Caucasus region. The Syrian name Askozah is considered a likely origin for the name. Right? Go down. It says later Jewish connection. It says by the Middle Ages, Ashkenaz became the Hebrew name for Germany. It says and the Jews who settled there came to be known as Ashkenazi Jews. It says this latter usage refers to a Jewish population, not the original biblical people. Right? And there it is. Esau tell you himself, man. Right? That he's not Japheth, man. All right, but people, people wanna try and debunk, all right, the truth so bad, man, that they just say anything, man. All right, try and get Esau out that jam. All right, but Esau is Esau, man. All right, and in the scriptures, all right, the prophecy lines up with this guy being Esau, because in the last days Esau will be in rulership, man. Right, not Japheth, man. So if he wasn't Japheth, right, it's like if he was Japheth, then we would have to go through a whole nother captivity. All right, we have to wait for a whole nother kingdom to rise and fall, because obviously this ain't this is Japheth's kingdom, so this ain't the kingdom where the Lord is going to return, right, and set up the kingdom of heaven, because the scripture says, 2nd Ezra 6 and 9, it says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, right? So Esau, will be ruling in these last days, right? When the Lord returns. It says, and Jacob is being that followeth. So there's no way this man, all right, could be Japheth, man. Because that wouldn't line up with prophecy. And we are indeed in the last days, man. If you can't understand that, see it, if you ain't, if you can't receive it, then, it ain't for you, man, right? But that's just a telltale sign. Let alone, like I said, Esau tell you himself, right? Those things refer, they refer to that landmass, right? Which we know Esau, he conquers and takes over people's names and identities, all right? Just as he did, all right, with the Israelites, calling himself Jewish and, in the land today, so forth and so on, man, right? And as he's done with plenty of nations, man, right? So, hey, that's that, man. Like I said, it's not too long drawing out. Straight to the point with that one up. I give all praise and glory due to Yahweh Bashma Shah. That Shalom and above.